Now that I have the silk gown project all completed, I actually had about a couple weeks left before the show. So I decided to use that time to make an entirely another outfit. So I did two songs at the show. One of them was You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. And I wore the silk gown for that one and for the first half of the show. Then we had intermission and we came back. And this ensemble will be for the second half of the show. And during the second half, I'll be doing the song Iconic by Madison Rose. And she makes a reference in that song to passing in pinstripe suits. So I'm gonna make myself a pinstripe suit. And I'm going to cuddle my cat while I do this recording. So you can see me here. I'm tracing off the pattern from Truly Victorian's new 1890s Best Patterns. It's a bit early, but who cares? I also made a matching skirt for this project, but you literally just saw me make 3 skirts already, so just imagine that, but in a pinstripe wool suiting from Mood. This process was super duper simple. It took not that long, and I feel like it turned out really great.
Is having their 3rd birthday, and I got...
Shut up. Okay, so it's a good thing I made a mock-up because this is too big. She too big. She too big. So as I may have mentioned before, my measurements are about a 35-36 inch waist and then a 52 inch bust. So I made this pattern for a 52 inch bust, and the pattern then assumes that a waist for a 52 inch bust would be 44 inches. So it's about 8 inches too big. So we have to remove that fullness somewhere. I can take it out in the darts, but the darts, there's 2 darts on the front, one on each side, and there's 2 darts in the back, one on each side. These are already about 2 inches wide, and I don't really want to make them bigger because I feel like that's not gonna look, I have no evidence to back this up, but I feel like it will look weird with the pinstripe. I can remove them in the back, but it's kind of hard to pin in the back of yourself. So the other option is to take out of a seam. Again, hard to pin in the back of yourself, so I'm not going to do the back. I could pin out of the center front, like this. But I don't want to. Again, because of the pinstripes, I want to make sure this is a straight front. So that leaves the sides, which are also still going to be kind of difficult to pin out. But they're much easier to pin than the side of my body, or the back of my body. So I'm going to pin these out. We're going to have to remove about 4 inches from each side, and then I'll take this off and transfer those curves to the pattern pieces, and then we can jump in to the rest of this process. Once I had the pattern figured out, I could cut it out of the wool and the cotton broadcloth, which I'll be using to interline and flatline it. I just decided not to do any actual like tailoring canvas or any like tailored stuff like that as per the pattern's recommendation. But I flatlined everything, started sewing it together, and then I did some lovely top stitching using my hand-turned Singer machine. Listen to her go. I love using this for top stitching because, as you can see, the press foot, that right edge is like about 3/8 of an inch. It's perfect for top stitching. And then I could get, I had the extensions sewn onto the fronts, the darts all done, and the shoulder seams done. And then I was just, here I'm pinning the collar onto the front, and then I'm going to pin the facing on top of that, sew it all together, and flip the facing in. Like I said, there's no like pad stitching or anything, it's just how it's sewn on that gives it the rollback. And then for the back bottom hem, I'm just using a bias hem, which I'm pinning on here, and then you'll see me stitch it down by machine. I decided to do I like having my vests with a lining for the back instead of using the fashion fabric or the wool. Just saves on. material. You only really need a yard of wool then, and then you can use a cheaper fabric for the lining. I didn't actually do a full lining on this. I then just felled down all the facings by hand. I then sewed up the side seams, and those got pinked. Any seams that were left visible with their raw edges just got pinked. And then I sat in the quad and sewed on the buttonholes. Or no, I sewed on the buttons. The buttonholes were done using my 1950s buttonhole attachment. I've used this clip a lot, but this is actually the first time that you're seeing what I'm actually working on. The last couple times, I just used it as stand-in for me hand sewing.